Welcome back to your favorite comedy finance channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. So, I've been talking about DIA. First call was, I want to say, around 30 cents or 30 cents. And this was back in 2023. And at the time, it was just too expensive because we were able to buy Arc Block, I want to say mid 2022 for about 9 cents at the time, and we DCA'd it from 9 cents to 6 cents, then back up to 9 cents. And there were just a variety of other tokens that were really good that were a lot cheaper than DIA at the time. So I had watched DIA for over a year, literally. I watched DIA for over a year, and it just never went under 20 cents. And again, even at 20 cents, there were so many other coins that we could get for 10 cents or 6 cents at the time. So I kept watching it and I kept watching it, and I knew that it was a big, big play, but I never wanted to get into it. I wanted to call it, but I didn't want to really market it until we could really get in there for the right price. And it just never happened. It just never happened. So, of course we could always go to zero by tonight. Don't forget, this is not financial advice. We can go to zero. I could be very bullish on this pick right now, and 2 seconds after you get off the live stream, right to zero. And it'll be your fault, not mine. So, again, I've been watching it for such a long time, and typically, whenever it comes to getting into an entry, I always want anywhere between at least 5x. I mean, 4x is kind of like the breaking point for me. I always want 4x, 5x, or up to 10x plus per USD on a token. So, anywhere between 4x to 100x per USD, I'm very happy, But DIA is such a good pick that I ended up getting into it around the 32, 30, 35 mark. And it's such a good pick that, I bit the bullet for the 2.5 to 3x per USD entry, and typically I would never do that, but, I'm not going to miss out on Web3 Oracle or this cycle's Chainlink in a way. And although they're not necessarily competitors, since, DIA has better technology, it has well over 20,000 different networks that support it, all permissionless. Not to mention there's over 3,000 tokens that support DIA as well. It has a variety of big partnerships. So I do recommend that you guys take a look at it and research the pick before you shit your pants. I'm telling you, do not be late. I wanted to highlight it Sunday, which was yesterday. We highlighted it about 35 cents, 38 cents. And again, did you just hear what I said earlier? I said, for the past year, I've been watching it and it's never dripped below the 30-cent mark. So since then, the average price was 35 to 40 cents. Never went down. That is the bottom. So for me, I was just like, man, we're just going to have to get in on this because I don't want to miss this train. It sucks that we're getting in at these X entries, but, whenever you run into something this good, you want to be part of it and you want to be part of that call. And everybody's going to end up calling DIA. There is not going to be any mainstream influencer out there that's not going to want to get involved in the call of DIA. Now, granted, I know a lot of you guys like to bicker and, have some sort of, political fight between who calls what first. I don't care who calls what first, okay? It's about winning. That's what I care about. I care about winning. That's it. So again, maybe to you guys, or maybe you guys know that I called it first, but you guys are only a handful of people, right? And maybe there's a handful of people on someone else's channel that never saw MYC. They've never seen it before, right? Well, when that influencer or whoever that person is calls DIA, that'll be their first person to call it, because that's the only person they're exposed to. So it really doesn't matter. But the point of the matter is every mainstream influencer is going to end up calling DIA. It's available on Coinbase and Binance. Now, keep in mind, it's not only going to be mainstream people, it's going to be everybody from the bottom level all the way up, okay? Because everybody, for those of you that were here in previous cycles and you were there for 40 cent or 60 cent or $1 Chainlink, you were very happy with the results, right? And the reason why Chainlink grew to such big market caps is because it's a service provider, okay? It's a little bit different than a layer one. A layer one is a platform that takes adoption and builders to build on top of. They have to adopt the coin, they have to build on top of it. There's a variety of different hurdles and education curves that it takes for a platform or layer one to grow. Not saying that there isn't growth to be had, it just takes a little bit longer because it's not a service provider. It's a platform, okay? A service provider is a lot different because the project comes to you up front as a service provider. And that service providing is permissionless and it's acceptable between all tokens, all networks. And it's going to be a high use case token. That's going to drive a lot of volume, and it's also going to drive a lot of different audiences to utilize DIA because every token has an audience. Every token has a community, okay? So that's why I see that DIA is probably going to be somewhere in the vicinity of going 40 to 60 billion in market cap at some point. If you take a look at if you went to marketcapof.com, okay? And for those of you that say, oh, this is moon boy-ish, no, it's not, okay? If you think this is moon boy, you've never been here. You haven't been here. This is your first cycle. Quit the bullshit, okay? Because anybody that's a dinosaur in this sector or anyone that's been here for multiple cycles is going to know if you've been here for one cycle or not, okay? Because what you say is your experience level. So again, I've heard it all before where people say, oh, well, say the same thing about ArcBlock. Oh, that's Moon Boy. Or, oh, this is blah, blah, blah. You don't know shit. You don't know shit and you haven't been here, okay? Because a lot of these coins that are high use case are going to be superseding 30, 50 billion in market cap, okay? They could be going even higher, especially this time around. This is more of a regulation sort of cycle. A lot more people are involved. You have everybody in the world talking about crypto, everybody in the world trying to get into crypto. And again, 90% of you are going to lose, okay? Keep in mind, 90% of everybody in the sector or in the market are losers. And it's your job to be part of that 1 to 10% that's going to win. Now, here at MYC, we continuously win. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't like that. But again, like I'm telling you guys, be there now before mainstream or any other guys start calling DIA because it's going to be a mainstream play. Everybody is going to be involved. And because DIA is a service provider, it's going to be utilized by so many different networks, so many different people. So that's why it's very important to distinguish as to why something could be easier adopted than the next one. Because as a service provider, it's universally helpful to everybody. Okay, because it's a service provider. Okay, same like OddApp, right? OddApp, it's a service provider. So because we provide a service, anybody could use it. Everybody could benefit from it. It doesn't matter what network you're from. It doesn't matter where you like, what you dislike. Everybody could use OddApp, right? Same thing with DIA. Everybody could use DIA. Every token's going to want to use DIA. It's the new Web3 infrastructure token, Oracle. So this is going to be this cycle's Chainlink. So, don't be late to it. For those of you that were there to get Chainlink back in the day with me, that was cheap, was it not? Even people that had only 30 or 40,000 tokens were extremely happy with the results. So again, this is going to be one of those tokens where it's like, think about it. If the average buy-in for the past year and a half has been 35 to 40 cents, okay? For the last year and a half, they're not going to sell on an 80 cent. That's a 2x. They're not going to sell on a 3x, which is already $1.50. They're not going to sell on a 4x, which is $2. Guys, it's going to be an expensive fucking token. So, if you take a look at marketcapof.com and you compare Chainlink from the ATH or even today's market cap, you're looking anywhere between $80 to $200. Okay, that's how serious this is. So, again, look, I wouldn't fade it. I told a lot of people about it. I've been talking about it for over a year. But again, even when I reminded people, because I knew I was going to start really marketing this and highlighting it, because I was like, man, I can't wait any longer because it's going to go too high. So, I wanted to make the time to let people know, like, hey, look, this is something that you should take a look at. And I got the same stuff. Well, I don't want to buy into FOMO, or, oh, wait on the next dip. All right, well, now you're the fucking dip, because now it's going to go well past $1 within the next maybe 24 to 48 hours. Okay. It's over 60 million in volume since I recalled it Sunday. I called it Sunday, 25 million in volume. And then on Monday, over 60 today, right now, over 60 million in volume. Okay. Coinbase and Binance has it, and a variety of other exchanges. Everyone's going to be getting this token because everybody knows what it is. And again, those tokenomics are fucking beastie. Okay, you're talking about 200 million coin supply, with only 100 million available in circulation. This is going to be a mega unicorn play. Okay, so for those of you that were very happy with the over 70x call on ARC block, this is going to be another big banger. So again, and I say this about all of them too, because this is why they're majors, because they're going to be utilized, like ARC block, ALF, ALEPH, okay, BLZ, LCX, and nobody wants to believe anything because they're not seeing the price action immediately. And again, DIA hasn't moved for a year and a half, okay, but now it's time. So, that's why you should be there or DCA these picks that maybe you're not getting a lot of traction, but like the lack of traction is your friend, because that means you get to collect at a better price. So now a lot of people are upset because, oh, well, now DIA's 45 or 50 cents. Well, you're going to love it at $5. You're going to love it at $10. You're going to fucking buy the dip at $15. And it's going to be funny because everyone's going to know that this was the time. The lowest price that DIA got was during a crash, and that was 27 cents. If you go back 2 years, it was 20 cents. But again, even when it was 30 to 32 cents, I still kept it on hold because I was like, look, this is going to be a good pick, but it's like there's so many other bangers we could get at 5-10 cents right now. This will have to be back burner for later. It never budged. And because it never budged, I don't want to go into this bull cycle without having a big bag of it. So, again, it would be a shame if our whales didn't collect at least 250,000 of those tokens, to be honest with you, because that's going to be a generational mega bag. It really will be. I think a lot of people are underestimating how beastie that token is going to be. I think it will probably scale a lot faster than ARC block. And the reason why is because ARC block takes a learning curve. ARC block takes a learning curve. So it's a platform that needs adoption builders, and it needs people to use it and actually take the time to use it. People look at DIA, it's a service provider. It's already providing the service of an Oracle. So it's very easy to understand. Everyone's going to be able to use it. And it's not a one-sided brand, okay? See, when it comes to layer ones, it's a one-sided brand. One-sided brands, typically, you have to like just that token, or you just have to like this particular coin, right? Well, with DIA, you could like it because it takes care of all coins. You see what I'm saying? So there's no competition bias, you see? So that's why DIA is probably going to scale a lot faster as a service provider, and it's going to be a bigger market cap because it services so many different coins. You take a look at previous performances on different oracles, all of them are really looking 30 billion, 60 billion market caps. So if we get to those types of numbers on something like DIA, you're looking at $80 to $200 plus. So, the odds are in our favor for a 500x or at least 100x plus on this. So that's why I'm very, very excited. It is on crypto.com as well. It's everywhere. And it's going to be a beastie coin. I'm telling you guys now, be there before the bandwagon, be there before the mainstream kids get credit for this, okay? Don't wait for everybody because it's going to be a mainstream call, okay? Every person is going to want this pick, okay? So don't forget. Well, again, when people are buying coins, you guys might see somebody buy 300 grand of a coin or something like that, and you think it's a lot of money, and it's not, So, again, for those of you that maybe you get, discouraged, or, you're worried about the next guy, like, a lot of times your worries are based on your wealth level. So, for those of you that say, oh man, this guy rugged the whole project and he took home like 20 grand, or he took home 50, 100 grand on the trade, and you're bitching and moaning because you're a little shrimp. See what I'm saying? So, you have to kind of remember how big the ocean we're swimming in, because, let's say maybe I'm a big guy, I'm a shrimp, but let's say I'm a big guy, or there's another big whale out there, or whatever the case. And, maybe you think $5 million is a lot of money. Well, the next guy in crypto has 20, 50, there's always a bigger fish. So, again, try not to get discouraged by those things, because if you take a look at the entries between now and the last year and a half, the best thing that people could do for every dollar is roughly only a 1x. Okay. So think about it. If entries are roughly 40 cents on average, right? That means that it's only a 2x per dollar. Who the fuck is going to buy that much of a bag and sell on a 1x or 2x? Keep in mind, every time I say X, that's a dollar. So who's going to sell on a 1x? Who's going to sell on a 2x? Who's going to sell on 3x, 4x, 5x, 8x? Nobody, because it's going to be an expensive fucking token. It's going to be multiple. It's going to be a double to triple digit type of dollar price by the time we get towards the end of this bull cycle. So this is your shot to get a mega play. And again, I know a lot of you wish you could have got Arc Block right now at 40 cents. Well, you flinched. Okay. I wouldn't flinch on DIA. It's going to be a mega play. Every person is going to call it. Let's say you're an influencer and you're watching me right now. You might say, I'm not calling that pick, but you will be. And at some point you're going to say, yeah, it's a good project, because everyone is going to know it's a good project. It's not going to be a political bias. It's going to be a natural consensus throughout the entire sector that it's a good pick, and that it's a Web3 oracle that's needed for all these new Web3 projects, okay? So again, you might think you're not gonna buy it today, but you will buy it later, and you're gonna like it, okay? And you're gonna buy it at a very, very much more expensive price than what it is today, okay? So keep that in mind. I do feel, price prediction by Q4, why the fuck would you care? Why would you care? Why would you give a fuck about what it's going to be priced at in December? Wait, so you want to buy something for 3 months and then think about what the price will be because you got profits in your mind? So 3 months with short-term capital gains tax. So this is the type of, this is the meth that's in the sector right now. You should be thinking about what it's going to be priced at in 2025. And 2026, okay? And by when I say that, I mean the fucking end of 25 or the beginning of 26, okay? But again, I do think this is going to be a double to triple digit token. I would not fade this particular coin. Again, every person is going to end up calling this. Every single person, all right? Every person's going to call this. And let's say even if they didn't, they're going to admit amongst themselves and to everybody else that yes, it's a good project, because it's going to be a natural consensus. All right, guys, look, I will catch you on the next one. Don't forget, my favorite picks are still the same. They've been the same for years. And that's the best part, because, a lot of you guys, they say, oh, I hate influencers because of this and that or whatever, or pump and dumpers and all this bullshit you guys feed yourselves for the excuses, all the excuses you feed yourselves for being a shitty trader. Okay, listen, be on OddApp. It's on Apple and Google stores. It's 100 USD a month. And again, look, the best way to tell if somebody's a pump and dumper is if they have fucking picks every fucking day, or they have a pick every week, okay? So my picks have been the same for years. And then people are going to say, well, why am I going to join OddApp if I know all his picks? Well, so that way you know what the fuck is going on, or so you can be educated, the educational standpoint. There's a reason why we have over 1,300 members on OddApp. So be on OddApp if you want to be up to date and understand what's going on, or be up to date on different picks, okay? So I don't want to hear no bitching or moaning, because a lot of times they'll be like, oh man, this bullshit crashed and all this other stuff. Were you on OddApp? No, You didn't get the update? No. Well, that's your fault. So again, ODAP is a service, and the reason why we do it is because we want to give you data as fast as you can, so that way you can at least make the best decision for yourself. You know, it doesn't mean that you're always going to follow everything that we do, or, you know, whatever the case. Doesn't mean that's what you're supposed to do. It just means that you're going to have the data at hand so you can make the best decision for yourselves. Okay. It's an investors forum. It's not a follow Dion forum. It's not a Dion forum. It's a investors forum. It's ODAP. ODAP is bigger than Dion. Okay. It's not a let's go see what Dion's doing app. Okay. So again, it's not like, you know, regular influencers sort of platform. Okay. This is a platform for everybody. Everybody could use it. There's different investors from different networks that like talking about different picks. That's the point. There's a meme coin section. There's a utility coin section. You guys do you. Okay. And this is not a dictatorship unless you fuck with me. But, you know, but again, look, ALF is my favorite. ALEPH is a good one. BLZ, another favorite. ABT, Arc Block, LCX. Okay. Still like Dragon Chain, still like NCT, okay, but they're set and forgets. They're not majors. DIA is going to be a mega major for sure, like Arc Block. And don't forget Math Token. See, CZ is out of jail now, so I don't know. You know, it's backed by Binance Lab. It's a multi-chain wallet that generates revenue. It burns tokens, which is another small coin supply token, just like DIA. There's 3 coins that have similar tokenomics with mega use cases: Arc Block, Math Token, and DIA. Okay. So don't wait until they explode again. Okay. Don't wait until all this stuff happens. You know, we've been talking about the same shit for years. Does that mean that if they didn't get traction for the time that we've talked about it, that they're bad calls or that they failed? No. Because we're nowhere near the bull cycle yet. We're still on our way towards what we're all waiting for. So that's why you're supposed to be buying something when there's no traction, there's no volume. Buy something when nothing's going on. This is how you make money, because there's always going to be that stupid ass that says, "Well, Dion, what's a good time to buy it?" Well, you know, buy it when it's like 10x bigger. Buy it when the price is 10x from right now. The best time to buy is now. And then you hold long. That's the point. You know, if you're an investor, you don't buy something and worry about what it's going to be worth in 3 months. Okay, that's fucking stupid. Okay, so, okay, guys, look, I will catch you on the next one. It will be a very, very good token. DIA does produce revenue. I would rug Arrow immediately for DIA. There is no doubt I'd be rugging PNG, Arrow. I mean, any of the, like, you know, PNG, I would rug it immediately. Arrow would rug, CTX, GFI. Give me some more coins, guys. Ask me some more coins that you think you should. Oh, like I saw a lot of these tards. They have to be getting paid. They have to be getting paid by this company, because I have never seen a worse price entry or worse tokenomic structure for really just a regular coin. Okay. There's this coin called SUI or SUI. Okay. And all the mainstream guys are talking about it like it's something. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, you guys got fucking paid for this, because there is no fucking way you think this is a good entry or a good pick. You got to be retarded. Same thing with Forta. Forta is fucking gay. There is nothing like, you know, and one of our guys really likes it for whatever reason. And it is the gayest entry, the gayest tokenomics, and the gayest company. So I have no idea how you guys sit there and be like, oh, I really like SUI, or I really like Forta or Arrow right now. Are you retarded? Really? Are you retarded? Like, yes, you'll get some sort of growth over time, but the time that you got to wait is way too fucking long, and you're not going to get a lot of money for it. Because think about it. As an influencer, let's say, for those of you who are out there, okay, think about it. You're busting your ass, you're marketing, you know, and these motherfuckers got this big ass supply that they just diluted on your ass. And now they're going to make you work 10x harder to pump their market caps 10 to 20x larger for half of what you would have got paid if they would have kept the tokenomic structure the same. So why the fuck would you go back there? It's ridiculous. Like, it's meth. It is meth. It is meth. It is. Because first of all, when we got into Arrow, is a 20x call and we fucking sold the top as soon as we found out that they wanted to dilute the supply. Fucking great call. 6-8 cents, rugged it, $1.50, $2, out the back door. Amazing. And then, you know, it consolidates so bad. It consolidates 75%. It goes all the way down to 50 cents. And then I see some of you motherfuckers are out there like, well, let's get back in. Why the fuck would you get back in on a 2x per USD on Arrow, on that coin with that new tokenomic structure? It is meth. Meth, I'm telling you. And it's good, and it's a good project. It'll grow, but like so slow. And for the money that you're going to make on it, it's not worth how much capital you need to saturate into it to begin with. It is the worst re-entry I've ever heard of. Very, very gay. And then we got retards that are like, do you think I should sell at a loss? Well, I'm not going to fucking answer your questions. Why the fuck am I going to answer your questions on that? That's your job. I don't know. Like, what if $2,000's a lot of money to you? Like, I will rug and get a $5,000 loss if I fucking know I'm going to make money later. Like, I don't care, but if you're a person that's like, man, that $1,000, $2,000 is really going to hurt, then no, I don't think it's a good idea. See, these types of questions are individual level. Okay. It depends on who you are. Like, is it going to matter to you? Is it, like, there's different things you got to do. So, personally, a lot of these calls, are good calls, they're good projects, but not every project is good at this time, or the entry isn't worth it. Okay. If I was able to get Arrow at 10, 20x again, yeah, okay, maybe, it's worth it. But to call a re-entry on a 2x per USD with a new tokenomic structure like that, you're fucking out of your mind. Out of your mind. See, it's not math. It has to be something else, Same thing with PNG. Exploded PNG. Great project. And then the admins are sitting there, well, let's split the liquidity up between all these bridges. Huh? Okay. Well, that's why we sold the fuck out of it and we fucking were out the back door. Okay. We're not buying PNG ever again, because it's fucking stupid. We're not going to feed all your fucking pools. Why the fuck are we going to do that? It's fucking ridiculous. And then, I remember we got all this slack for like PBR, Polka Bridge, or with the Hive token or whatever. 4x and 6x calls. Okay. Very good calls. Made all the money. And we could have made more if the admins would have just shut the fuck up. That's it. Literally, if admins would just shut the fuck up and just work their coin and work their project forever, the space would be so much better. Because right now we have this political debate on ethics, on whether or not it's good to migrate or not. Because as an investor, it is the worst thing you could possibly hear. But from a builder standpoint, a lot of people think it's okay because maybe you need new tools or maybe you need a new smart contract or all this other extra dumb shit. But you made this project based on that tokenomic structure. So how are you going to tell me that that project now needs something else? Because when you started it, you said this is how much we needed and this is what we needed to do it. This is what we needed to get this done with. So why would there be another structure? So I think it's bullshit, personally. I fucking hate it, okay? I hate it just as much as anybody. But because we're so good at rugging the top of a coin when we hear bad news, we get labeled so bad. Oh, man, fucking Dion, those fucking assholes making all that money, piece of shit, hearing bad news and then rugging everything? What the fuck? He should have went to zero with us. No, I'm not. I'm not going to go to zero with you fucking retards, ever. Okay, that's why it's fucking ridiculous when it's like, you see people want to rug themselves, or they'll go back onto a re-entry to burn. I'm telling you, it's math. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. You know, and shout out to Gene Foreign. You know, I just made him a moderator, promoted him, you know. But, you know, again, DIA is a mega play. And, you know, I really think a lot of you need to stop doing math. Seriously. This is a full send emergency to drop all Kool-Aid, okay? There has never been a greater time than now to drop all influencer or queerfluencer Kool-Aid, okay? Do it for yourself, do it for your family, do it for your children, okay? Do it for your dog or your cat or your fish or whatever fucking animal you fucking have, okay? Do it for yourself right now and drop all Kool-Aid, all of the Kool-Aid right now, and stop doing dumb shit, okay? Because when people do smart shit, they get labeled scammers. When people do smart shit, they get disparaged and people want to talk down on them. But again, I'm not going to fucking sit here and pet your ears. I'm going to tell you this is bad news. And this bad news is going to collapse the market. And when you're in crypto, you better be on the know, on the dime, and know what the fuck is going on. Because if you don't, you're going to be on the other side of that trade. And then you're going to say, oh, man, those fucking pump and dumpers, those motherfuckers. And then all it costed you, so you lost thousands of dollars, and all it costed you to get the update was $100 a month on OddApp. You could have been on Apple or Google, downloaded OddApp, sacrificed the 100 USD a month, and got the update. But instead, you were like, no, I'm going to be a Jew. So because of that, you know, fuck it, I'm going to lose thousands of dollars instead. Well, there's your fucking deal. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your bullshit complaints either, you know. And excuse me for being rude, but, you know, again, this is just me talking shit against all these people that whine, you know, the people that whine about being on the other side of the trade. Because if you really think about it, if they were on the good side of the trade and they made money, they would have been like, cool, Dion, you're the best. Or they would have been like, they would have just stayed quiet. But because they're on the other side of the trade, they want to talk shit. Well, you should have been on OddApp. You should have fucking paid attention to what was going on. You know, see, if I was me, okay, which I'm not, but let's say I was you guys. Okay, let's say I was you guys. And even if I don't like Dion or I don't like MYC, I would be like, you know something? Man, these guys got some good-ass calls, you know? And these guys, you know, they really know what they're doing. So, but I really don't like him. But again, you know, if I'm going to buy something that they're buying, maybe I should hang out in OddApp so that way I know what the fuck is going on or what they're doing, you know, so that way I know what to do. But no, we got Kool-Aid drinkers that are like, nah, fuck Dion, I'm never going to support his software. Never going to support his software. So you know what? I'm going to just wait. I'm just going to follow the pick from this video. And then, you know, X amount of time goes on and the shit just fucking goes to the floor. And then like this motherfucker. But then it's like, where were you though? Where were you? You know, these are the things I deal with, you know, and that's why it's so funny to me, because I'm never going to feel bad, because it's like, it's not my fault. It's your fault. You know, you should be up to date, you know, and granted, as much as I would like to mitigate 100% of your risk, it's never going to happen. There's always going to be risk in the market, no matter what. Always going to be risk in the market. You know, there's been times where I couldn't do anything for myself, you know, or like one time we were playing with meme coins back last summer. I mean, this summer I got annihilated too, but last summer we were playing with like Biao and I forget the Wojak, and you know, we're like sitting on 15x, really happy, and everyone's having a good time. And then Wojak people, they go on a Twitter Spaces, and yeah, Sparrow, yeah, we went on Twitter Spaces, and the admin starts talking about making a new token. He starts talking about migrating. And mind you, I was like barely waking up out of a nap. And my friend calls and he's like, Dion, they just said they're migrating. And I'm like, huh? And I'm like barely getting up. Okay. I'm like downstairs and I got to go upstairs, like a whole flight of stairs to get to my laptop so I could rug. And everything happened so fast, but so slow, you know, because I'm like running up the stairs as I'm listening to the spaces. Because I was like, what are you talking about? So I went to spaces and I'm hearing, yeah, we're making a new token and it's going to be great. It's going to be. And I'm like running up the stairs, hearing this guy talk about how I'm about to get rugged. And I'm running up there. I open my laptop and fucking 90-degree fucking vertical. Boom. Fucking straight rugged. And everybody in MYC was like, oh, man, we did pretty good. We did fucking awesome. And that one, Dion, didn't we? And I'm like, bitch, I fucking got rugged. I couldn't get to my laptop on time. You know? So it doesn't always work out for me either. It just depends on what's happening, you know, sometimes. So, you know, it's not like I have a perfect trade all the time, you know, because sometimes, like, even though I could have, like, maybe I'm not at my desk, you know, or whatever, you know, sometimes it happens like that. That's part of the game. So, but again, I would go full send on DIA. DIA, I'm anticipating anywhere between $80 to $150 plus. Web3 Oracle, supported by over 20,000 tokens, over 3,000 networks. I'm telling you, it's on Coibase, Binance, Crypto.com. It's everywhere, and everyone's going to know about it. Every mainstream influencer is going to call it. Don't wait for them to call it, because they will be. Every single one, everybody will call that pick, okay? There's no ifs. There's no ands. There's no if, ands, or asses. There's nothing, okay? They will be calling that pick. Everyone's going to recognize that project. So I will catch you guys on the next one.